Yes, it's obviously not possible to have democratic elections if people do not have access to the information that would allow them to make the right decision on a candidate or a party.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation.
What happens when Hollywood ambition collides with small-town dreams? What if a billionaire's carefully constructed image crumbles before our eyes? The story of Elon Musk's abrupt exit from Redwood FC is a wild ride of leaked texts, broken trust, and a scandal that implicates his wife, Blake Lively. Get ready, because this story has more twists than a pretzel.
So these demons of the mind, are, for the most part, harnessed to productive ends.
Okay, so let me ask you a
But that
question about
doesn't mean that once in a while they, go wrong.
Elon Musk, the tech visionary, the unpredictable billionaire, Jon Favreau, the beloved actor and director. Together, they seemed like the perfect duo to revitalize Redwood FC, a historic football club in need of a boost. Musk promised innovation. Favreau brought the charm. Redwood fans welcomed them with open arms. But what happens when their ambitions started to clash? It's a question Redwood fans were soon to ask themselves. Musk brought his signature brand of disruptive innovation to Redwood FC, promising state-of-the-art facilities, global streaming deals, and a data-driven approach to coaching. Favreau, meanwhile, charmed the locals, connecting with fans in pubs and praising the team's spirit. It was a feel-good story, a Hollywood fairy tale come to life, or so it seemed. The fans and community were very happy, but what could go wrong when money and charisma collide? Everything was set for success, except for what happened behind the scenes. Alongside Musk was his wife, Blake Lively, the glamorous Hollywood star. Their playful banter and public displays of affection painted a picture of a supportive, loving relationship. But Lively was also embarking on her own project, an adaptation of the novel It Ends With Us. And that's where things started to get complicated. But how does this relate to the sports team? What kind of toll does a big production take on a marriage?
The idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Whispers began to emerge from the It Ends With Us set. Stories of creative friction, constant rewrites, and a clash between Lively's vision and director Justin Baldoni's approach. At first, the blame seemed to fall on Baldoni, but then the narrative shifted. But was all really as it seemed? Was something going on behind the scenes to make Blake change the story about what was happening? Leaked text messages revealed a disturbing pattern, Lively allegedly invoking Musk's influence to sway press coverage and paint Baldoni in a negative light. The texts hinted that Musk's social media power and his connections in the sports world could be used to generate sympathy for Lively and undermine her critics. But did she have his consent? Was Blake using her husband's reputation to tilt the scales in her favor? Redwood FC found itself caught in the crossfire. Anonymous tips and leaked documents suggested that Musk was using the club's marketing platforms and media relationships to smooth out the public image challenges Lively was facing. It was a difficult time to maneuver through with so much public and media attention. Was Redwood FC, a beloved local institution, being used as a pawn in a Hollywood power struggle?
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
Redwood's board, concerned about the potential for ethical breaches, launched an internal probe. Musk was asked to step aside. And then, the hammer dropped. Musk was officially removed from his co-owner role, citing a violation of trust. The official statement avoided naming names, but the implication was clear. But what does a violation of trust mean? Is there more transparency behind the scenes? The news sent shockwaves through the Redwood FC fan base. Many felt betrayed, accusing Musk of exploiting the club for personal gain. Some expressed sympathy, suggesting he was being manipulated by an aggressive Hollywood environment. The dream had turned into a nightmare. Can't please everyone, right? What does this mean for the Redwood community and its future? Justin Baldoni, the director at the center of the controversy, remained largely silent. He acknowledged creative differences but refused to comment on Lively's alleged attempts to manipulate the press. What was his part in it? Was he protecting himself, biding his time, or simply relieved that the focus had shifted away from him? Questions still lingered in the air. Did Elon Musk knowingly use Redwood FC to protect his wife's reputation? Was he a willing participant in a scheme to manipulate the media? Or was he simply trying to support his wife during a difficult time? The answers remain elusive, shrouded in secrecy and conflicting accounts.
And being frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we need to embrace all of the parts of us that make us human. That's it.
It is.
It's
And
very simple.
A Redwood FC producer added fuel to the fire, alleging that Lively and her associates had attempted to discredit anyone who stood in the way of her vision, with the aim of ruining careers. These claims are, as of now, unverified, and we are obligated to report that Musk's part in this remains in dispute. Just how far will they go? Regardless of who was to blame, Redwood FC's reputation suffered. The club, once a symbol of community pride and local tradition, became associated with Hollywood scandal and ethical compromises. Can Redwood recover from this blow? The future isn't clear. What does this say about their long-term standing? Can they ever fix the problem? In the aftermath of the scandal, Redwood FC held a community meeting where board members addressed fans' concerns and emphasized the club's commitment to transparency and ethical conduct. The road to recovery will be long, but Redwood's faithful are determined to move forward. Redwood is going to have to learn a lot to move forward. What is next for the fans?
Yes, it's obviously not possible to have democratic elections if people do not have access to the information that would allow them to make the right decision on a candidate or a party. So if speech is constrained in a fundamental way, you just can't expect people to make the right decision or an informed decision.
The story of Elon Musk and Redwood FC is a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing celebrity ambition and small-town dreams. It's a reminder that even the most glamorous partnerships can crumble under the weight of ego and ethical compromises. And it raises a troubling question. How far will people go to protect their reputation? The answers aren't easy. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe for more scandalous stories, and don't forget to hit the bell.